Hey basketball fans, today we're going to be talking about my top 3 underrated players in this year's NBA 2020 NBA draft. Anyways, so my number 3 player, now this player is going to be easily a top 10 pick, probably easily a top 5 pick this year. However, I'm picking him and I'm thinking he should be the number 1 pick this year in the draft, but he's going to end up being probably in that 3rd, 4th, or 5th pick range. His name is Obi Toppin. He is a player who is able to drive towards the rim. He's got the athleticism to drive towards the rim and probably slam it on pretty well any player in the NBA and also in college this year. What's setting him apart is his ability to stretch the floor and go to the 3-point line and be able to hit at a very high percentage from that 3-point line. So he's able to hit in his first year over 54% from the 3-point line. Now this year he's been given more of a green light to be able to go and shoot much more, and he is shooting at that 34% range, which is still really good for 39% range, which is still really good considering that he's 6'9". His dunking ability is also very similar to Dwight Howard, so definitely a player to watch for. Now, my number 2 most underrated player is Payton Pritchard. He is a player he's from Oregon, or he's from the school Oregon, and he is another great player. So last year in college, he averaged 20.5 points per game, so he's definitely a very strong offensive player. What is going to set him apart from his opponents or his other players in this draft is going to be his passing ability and his jump shot. Both very strong. His 3-point percentage is 41.5%, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Raptors picked him up, mainly because they don't necessarily need the point guard ability, but they do like to bring up young point guards. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they also wouldn't pick him, mainly because they already have 3 really good point guards. However, going from there, he is a senior. So what a lot of teams are going to be picking Payton Pritchard as is a player who can come in and make an impact onto their organization right away because he is an older player. He already has an NBA body. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked in the higher 2nd round, but I have seen many mock drafts that are sticking him in the lower half of the 2nd round, and I really think that he should be in that late 1st round, early 2nd round stage, mainly because he is an impact player right off the bat, and that is something that you get out of a 4-year player. Now, Jay Scrubb is a really great player, and he is going to be my number 1 pick for the most underrated player in this year's draft. Now, he is from a JUCO league, so he is still a junior college prospect. Now, there's going to be a lot of mock drafts that are going to be sticking him in the 2nd round and possibly really late in the 1st round. I think that he could be one of the top 20 players in this year's draft. He is a very young player, so you, as a team, you can really train him, take him down to maybe that into that D-League environment if maybe the Raptors were to pick up a player like this, or maybe San Antonio, because both of those teams are looking for really great shooters and a player who can maybe build their way up through the D-League circuit. Now, Jay Scrubb is a fantastic 3-point shooter. He is over a 40% 3-point shooter, and in my books, if you're over 40% or close to it, you could easily become an impact player at the NBA level. Now, he is a JUCO player, so he is going to be raw for most teams. So that's why he is getting pushed on most mock drafts to the 2nd round. But in my opinion, if he could be in that late 1st round or mid 1st round area, there's going to be a lot of teams who are already playoff teams who are looking for maybe a younger player who they can develop over the next 3 to 5 years, who can become a really good impact player in that range, maybe 3 to 5 years down the road, if not right away with his shooting ability. So just recapping, number 3, Obi Toppin, number 2, Payton Pritchard, and number 1, Jay Scrubb. These are the 3 players to look for in 3 to 5 years for you to see if they have become impact players. I personally think they will. I'll see you guys in my next video.